Sometimes two is all you can get. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the DOXXreport and my quiet, lovely, beautiful, peaceful, affordable, comfortable, golfing and sunny retirement community affectionately known as, say it together,
Del Boca Vista.
Thank you, Frank. I'm retired. I'm a senior citizen. I'm living in Central Florida. This is my personal YouTube channel, vlog, citizen journalism account, and just about anything else I want it to be. Thank you for joining me. I am independent. I am not part of any culture. Independent thinking, independent interests, and I don't represent any group or alliance. Oh, now we're down to 0. Okay, that's cool. I got to go look for something anyway. I had an interesting appointment with the eye doctor, and he doesn't want to do the second eye right now. And that surprised me. I thought, what the hell? Why wouldn't he want to do the second eye? So, it's like if somebody said, hey, you don't have to go to the gym today. Oh, okay. But I won't go, but I guess I don't have to get worked up about it or get anxious about it, but I'm trying to figure out why. Because he told me initially, because I called the office, I said, am I going to be dilated? And the office says, no. Okay. So I was going to go shopping afterwards, but then I get dilation in the eye that he already operated on. And to bring you up to speed, that's had a cataract removal with the implant of a Alcon premium. Well, let me get it straight here for the record. Let me go to my medical records here. Personal medical history. I suggest that this is for if you're young, I guess you don't need it, but if you become a senior citizen, they're always asking you, what have you had been done? What's been done? You got a computer, for heaven's sakes, just make a little PDF file or pages. I use my iMac and track everything that's been done. So, let's see. I had a premium monofocal. Now that's important. Monofocal lens replacement on November 5th. And the first thing I asked him, I'm still talking to nobody. So first thing I asked him is, can I go back to my fitness routine? Can I go back to heavy lifting? And he says, yeah, sure. I said, well, no. I asked him, how was the incision? And he goes, oh, that healed up a long time ago. Well, thanks for telling me. So anyway, I thought I was going to get measured for the second eye, but he's dilating my left eye, and he's all concerned, and he doesn't talk much. He doesn't have much of he's kind of coming around with a bedside manner a little bit. But what apparently had happened is when they put this lens in, which I told you what it was, a monofocal, premium distance monofocal intraocular lens. There's these little things are called, little legs stick out. They're called haptics. Haptics. Alcon is the brand, and their supporting arms are side struts. And they extend from the central optical portion of the lens. Their primary function is to hold the intraocular lens securely in place within the eye's capsule bag after cataract surgery, ensuring proper centration, stability, and minimal tilt or decentration. Guess what he told me? He said what was the term he used? It rotated 40 degrees. 40 degrees. That's quite a bit, because I looked that up. Because I was just kind of struck by it when he said that. And because I said I drove over here, I told him I drove over here, everything's fine. I'm looking in. So the monofocal is good because I don't think it matters if it rotates like 3 or 4 degrees, but mine went 40%. And he said, well, are you in pain? I go, no. I drove over here, it's fine. I have great vision on my left eye. and I want to bring my right eye up. But he said, well, he said it's uncommon that it rotates that much, but I am nearsighted. I was born nearsighted, so my eyeball is more football than round. It's more like a football. It's more oblong. So, okay, but I'm thinking, because he was talking like he had all this concerned look on him, and I think I hope he's not. I don't want to redo the left eye, because I think he was saying, well, it's mostly up to the surgeon, we just want to do it right, or something like that, and because I have a astigmatism, he said, and so I got 20/25 in my left eye, which is fantastic for me. It is fantastic. 0 people watching. Wow. So, and I told him I'm not a pilot, and I said, well, even if you were to rotate it back, it could always rotate, and he didn't suggest going to do it. But I think, so it kind of confused me when he said he didn't want to do my right eye, and then I got to the fitness center, started talking to another guy, and then doing my workout, and since I'm signed off now, I'm easing myself back into my full workout. That's it, crunches, leg raises, weight training, the whole thing. But you got to go light in the beginning because I've laid off now since November 5th. So, you can't, yes, I could do it all in one day. I could do my same routine, but then 2 days later, I'll be really, tight in the muscle. So I'm going to ease back. So I'm going to do a 3-day workout this week and a 3-day next week, which will include Christmas Eve morning, I think. So I got to the fitness center, and then it dawned on me, I think he doesn't want any, if this one acts up for whatever reason, he doesn't want me to have another one in my right eye, a new, so he just said, wait a year. So I scheduled an appointment for 2027 in January, and then we'll discuss it then. Because what happens, it's not only the haptics that keep it in place, but also it kind of shrink wraps. So I'm guessing he's thinking, well, after a year, then you're going to see if it's moved again. If it probably hasn't, then it's been a year, then it's kind of shrink. It's not going to be moving. But again, a 20/25 for me is, thank God we got a comment. Hey, T and Tickers, there he is. Tickers, Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. I think you celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays. It's good to see you here. I was just talking about my cataract surgery, and so kind of a burden lift off me. So I'm just going to go with my current vision in my right eye, and I got to get used to the monofocal. So I got my reading glasses on, and I pulled the screen closer because the brain has to learn that, okay, distant vision is my left eye, and then near vision's in my right eye. So I'm wearing the glasses, which works great on the screen. I can actually read the comments very clearly. So I took my glasses, I took them over to, you should have seen Walmart yesterday at what time was it? It wasn't that late, because my appointment was early. I went over there around 12:30 12:30. I couldn't even get near it, and then I had to go a different direction and then get on the main highway and then go shooting. And I looked over at Walmart, and it was like parking all the way to the street. Everything was packed. You couldn't move. Cars were blocking because it's hard to get in and out. So I went up to the wholesale club, BJ's Wholesale Club, and I asked the woman, and she was really knowledgeable. She wasn't a young chicken, if you know what I mean. She was more mature, and she had glasses, and I really had a great conversation with her. And she said that Walmart and Costco and BJ's Wholesale Club, they all send them to the same lab, I guess on the East Coast. So now I talked to the woman who works in the optical department about that. I told her, you guys use this. Yeah, she says. I said, well, I guess maybe Walmart gets a better deal because they're such a large, provider, which they probably do. But she says even the optical department was busy yesterday, so I'm glad I didn't go in. So I went over, walked into BJ's Wholesale Club, went right up there and sat down with her. And she was really helpful, really knew her stuff. So I told her my situation. So I took my driving glasses in there for night. So I'm going to get those. No sunglasses. I'm going to use regular sunglasses because it's so bright. And then I got the prescription for the glasses, and then I'll have a pair for when I watch the television, distant vision. And then because I put them on first, and I thought, well, this is pretty good, really, except for the left eye. The right eye, maybe I only need one lens. And she says, no, because they gave you a astigmatism correction. You don't need it now. You have to take it out of your right eye because it's overcorrecting. So I'm learning all this stuff. It's like you take it for granted. If your vision is good, you don't even think about it, do you? I don't until you get double vision and then you got surgery on your eye. Then you start wanting to know. So I put those two up for order, and she popped out the lenses when I was sitting there and kind of checked my frames over and said, yeah, we can do it, so I don't need a new frame. So I'm going to go with that. For the next year, I got the vision that I'm going to have. Like I say, I'm looking out the window right now, and that's a live shot. It's beautiful. I can see. Now, would I see better with 20/20? Yeah, but do I have to have it? No. This is so much better than what I had. So I ordered the glasses. And then yesterday I was sitting in here watching YouTube, and all of a sudden a golf ball hit this. I knew right where it hit, off the guest room here in the back. Hit hard. It didn't crash, so there's no window broken. But I know it's got to be there somewhere. I can't see it, so I think it's in the hedge next to the house. Not the one down on the course, but the one, I have another hedge. It's not holly oak, but it's some other kind of hedge plant. So I go out there, and it is so thick. So I'm trying to look to the bottom, and the sun, it was kind of hard. I didn't want to get on the ground, so I'm looking in the top, and I open it up. Guess what was there? A snake, coiled up, southern black racer, I believe. It was all black. And that's where he nests. It was a smaller one. And it kind of rattled me. Something told me when I left the house, take your long gloves. Because I have these rose gloves that go up to my elbow, leather. If I would have had those gloves, I could have grabbed it. But I really don't want to disturb it. I want it in the yard because he eats the geckos and the lizards and whatever they can grab. So, we got a golfer coming in. Beautiful. Oh, I've got to give you the weather. Refresh. 66 degrees Fahrenheit. That would be 19 degrees Celsius. Humidity 60%. Wind 11 kilometers per hour. A little chilly. And that'd be 7 miles per hour. And it was cold and cloudy, and now the sun came out. Beautiful. Oh, look at this Christmas on the golf course, Central Florida. 'Tis the season. Dental bill or no dental bill. Why did I say that? That was for Morty. He said it 3 times. I was going through his show yesterday, and he said it 3 times. He's still got to pay the dental bill. Okay. And so somebody, this is so a great example of Morty. So somebody sends him $9.99 for the dental bill or something, and he goes, "No, yeah, thank you. Oh, it's not $949. Well, I guess I'll never get that." See, it's never enough. Never enough. He wants $900. You send him $9. He's expecting $900. It's not going to happen, Morty. Not going to happen. And I tried to listen to the Jack's Watch Nicholas Network, and hate is probably, it's just chaos. Angry chaos, chaotic anger would be better than hate, I think, to describe these channels, except for the Jax and Dr. Bob, because Jax comes right out and tells you he hates all of you. The only one he doesn't hate, are you ready for the only one he mentioned that he didn't hate? Morty. So that kind of took me aback. But I just can't, and they refuse to. Why don't they check that microphone on Dr. Bob? It's just, I can't listen to it. And then Narc and T-Dubs, there's no way. And that they played out what did I call it? I put it up on X. If you want to just to get a sample of what the hell's going on over there. Are we done with this lens thing? Yeah, I'm just going to have to live with it. It rotated 40%, so and I don't feel any pain. My vision's good. And that doctor, he's kind of concerned about it, but he doesn't, he didn't say, let's, and he had something in his hand. I thought he was going to try to rotate it right now, but I don't know. I was a little worried. But no, he said no. So let's go to my homepage, on X, profile. This is a classic. The Watch Necklace Network proudly presents the holiday classic Meet the Bogans, starring Rolex, Daytona, Plastique, and T-Dubs. And they just went at each other. Jax and Dr. Bob did the right thing. When you got guests doing that, you just back away. I mean, just let them go at it. That's your show. And they did put on a show. It's hard to listen to. Pavel, that's Dr. Bob's new microphone. You got to be kidding. Dr. Bob's new microphone? No, you got it turned up all the way. It's way too loud. And he's just a commentator anyway. He doesn't really, he gives afterthought. He's a co-pilot. He's second banana. He's not. It's Jack's show, really. It's not Dr. Bob's. They got to turn that down. Rufus. So no, there was never a chance. A 71-year-old doesn't take roommates. Come on. So no chance of Jax actually being your new roommate. No, I don't need a roommate. I don't want a roommate. Unless it's a she, and, the ideal girl for me, or woman, has her own home, and I have my home, she has her home. That's the way to go. She has her own income, everything. But a roommate, no. I was thinking, and I said this on another show, I think the reason T-Dubs went after him is because I think I heard somebody talk about trying to get a laptop for Jax. Well, that was Dubs'. So Dubs got kicked out of the picture. They were going to do fundraising for him. Now it's Jax. So I think T-Dubs got a little jealous of that, went after him. I don't need a roommate. If he's passing through, I'll buy him something at Walmart. I'll meet him. I'll have coffee with him at Wawa or some other place. But I don't need a seasonal roommate. No. No roommates of any kind. No. Pavel Bogan on Bogan violence. It was just Plastique was out of his mind, and T-Dubs they just went at each other. Angry chaos or chaotic anger. You want to call it hate? I don't think hate really describes it that well. But and of course, Jack said that I guess T-Dubs apologies. The apologies don't mean anything in the RG verse. Those are quickly broken, very quickly broken. So where was I? I gave you the weather. Okay, on my X report. DOXXreport on X. And there was some really good talk on UAPs and UFOs, or whatever you want to call them. And I grabbed some clips on that. They've got congressmen now talking, and they've seen things that they can't even talk about. So they get them in the skiffs, and they give them detail. Well, now you can. It's like DHS. You can't talk about it now. So the public is once again, and I don't really have to. I don't need any government official telling me yes, they're real. I think I already know they're real. If you just do a little bit of homework on your own and you realize why are they spending all this money for something that it's not real? So and the senator, the congressman, they think it's real, and they've seen a lot more than I have. So, and I still think I'm just doing a public service announcement for my audience. Prepare yourself, so when they release it, you don't go out of your mind, worried about it. And what's the name of the town in Brazil that had that? Let's see. Name of Brazil town of UAP biologics. Varginha or something? Is that how you Varginha? Is that how you pronounce it? Varginha. let's see how let's get that. Copy that. How do you pronounce that? Here we go. Let's see. What? Varginha. Varginha. I don't know if you could hear that. Varginha, Brazil. The reason I bring that up is once you find out about once the government officially crosses that line, there's no taking it back. But I think there's so many people that are looking like these creatures or the civilization. They're not that far advanced. If they're crashing in Roswell and then Varginha, Brazil, there's been crashes, so they're not. And I don't. What they have to do with our history here, who knows? I mean, I think the left, or I don't know who it is, or some of the. I'd like to get their take on it. Like, so let's say they're a billion years ahead of us. Okay, does that mean what? Are we their terrarium? Did they create this planet to watch the dinosaurs? Could they really create a planet? I'd say they can't do that. Could they seed it, or they could? Yeah, I don't. They're not part of the creation process. I don't think. But it doesn't concern me. It doesn't rock my world. It's just another mystery. They're going to show us so much, and you just have more questions. But we could be getting close to that. If anybody's going to do it, it's Trump, and I think the only thing that could really push it, because the NASA has really not, said that Maven, the spacecraft, couldn't release the photos. It went dead. It went dark. They don't know why it went dark, but it just happened. It didn't get a chance to release all the photos of the 3I Atlas. And it's getting closer, and it'll be close on the 19th, and the whole world is watching it. So, and now there's jets on it that are pointing towards the sun. So they don't know how those. Now a comet can produce jets, but they don't really know on this one. And it's so big, it may force the hand if they can see its technology. And then there's another one. I should show you this one. Now, I don't know if it's AI or not. It's supposedly a leaked. I'm not even sure if I want to show you. If you go on to X and look for the Black Knight satellite, you can see it there. Now that could be AI. Who knows? I should ask that about to Grog. Let's do that. Black Knight satellite. Is the release photo of Black Knight satellite from NASA real? See what Grok has to say about it. Actually, it's a movie. It's a video. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that to video. Is the release video Black Knight satellite from NASA real? See what the aggregator thinks. Okay, no. The Black Knight satellite depicted in videos or images claimed to be from NASA is not a real extraterrestrial spacecraft. It is a long debunked conspiracy theory based on misinterpretations of ordinary space debris and unrelated historic events. This thing has a cockpit on it. So if it was AI, okay, but if you look at this thing, it's not debris. I mean, it's weird. It looks like a Batmobile of some kind, or a bat shape, but it has a cockpit on top of it. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah, so, and a lot of this is counterintelligence. They don't want you to know. Thank God we got another comment. Okay, I'm not familiar with that group. I don't, Rufus. I mean, we're in the historic moment now. So if they finally come clean with it, and they could show us some things, and bring out the smoking gun, and then, but once they do that, they can never walk it back. And I can see why the president or any of the government officials. I mean, imagine you're in the briefing room around a big table, and then Trump, and you're one of the advisors of Trump, and he says, "How does this help our country if we release this information? Is it going to help the economy? No. It's just going to disrupt. It doesn't. How's it? It just raises more questions. Aren't there enough questions in your life? Do we need another thing to worry about? They scare us with, the supervolcanoes and global warming, global cooling, asteroids hitting us, comets hitting the planet. Do we need another thing? And I really don't. Okay, it would be interesting to know how the pyramids were built, but it's not. I really don't. I don't care. I think it's still, you take it back to man's ingenuity, creativity that flows through man. They can get it done if they have to. So what else we got to talk? Oh, I say JB is back. Has he learned a lesson? You see him over on Marcelo's stream? He's still the gangsta. He's still going at it. Mother effer. Okay, no lesson learned. All right. I was surprised. He said I didn't write it all down, but he said his blood pressure was 170 over 140, something like that. That's stroke area. Gildan's coming by. He had a doctor over to his house. Okay, great. A doctor cannot give you health. And benzodiazepines or blood pressure medication, it's giving you extra time. It hasn't fixed anything, right? And not so much for JB, but it includes him, anybody else. There's no doctor on this planet that can save you from yourself. Not going to happen. You want to help, you got to get involved. You have to involve yourself, whether it's physical activity, obesity, eating less, walking. I stopped. I was a cigar smoker one time, and I just thought it wasn't worth it. Dental, I think I've said this. I was in a dental chair, and they said, "Are you a smoker?" And I go, "Well, yeah." "Well, how long have you been smoking?" "Well, I guess 10 years." "Well, there's something in the back of your throat, and if I have to biopsy, you won't like it." At that moment, I went home and I threw them out. I haven't had one since. Now, do I still like them? If I go to a gun show, will I smell a cigar? Or you go to one of these cigar shops or bars, and they got a humidor, a room. It's great smelling. I'm tempted, but can't do it. So you have to get involved with your own health, drop the weight, and start. His lifestyle put him in there. Nobody on the tubes or nobody, his lifestyle put him in the hospital. So when you get out of the hospital, maybe you should change your lifestyle, but you don't have to. You take the consequences. Well, okay. Actually, the one congressman, he had an admiral tell him they think they're in deep water. But they say they need a base. Where would they base themselves here? Well, and his point was, we know more about the surface of the moon than we do the surface of the deep oceans. And why do they need to be based? I mean, how do they breathe? Who knows? Rufus, they are now saying there is a tic tac underneath one of the pyramids. It always leads back to the pyramids, doesn't it? Pavel, did you hear he was put in a group hospital room with 10 beds filled with loud dudes? That's socialized medicine, baby. Well, again, but you got to get involved. And they released him. And blood thinners is, if you're on a blood thinner, that's some serious shit, okay? You got to, and if he's a dual citizenship and he's got some money, you come back and you go to the Cleveland Clinic or the Mayo Clinic and you say, listen, I'd like to get another 20 years. What do I have to do? Do I have to lose weight? What do I have to do? How do I, change my lifestyle to save myself? Because his lifestyle put him in there. It wasn't YouTube. It wasn't anybody here. Time Lord California, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Well, thank you, Time Lord, to everybody. And that's for everyone. Yeah, I'm in the holiday mood. I don't have to get a surgery. So I'm up with that. I got Florida. My home is, I've been doing my budget. I'll share this with you. I know there's some people out there that can't pay their dental bill. Well, there's a lot of things they can't do. What did I do with it? Finances, budget. So it'll be finished at the end of the year, but up to this point, January 1 till a couple of days ago, I've been tracking my spending. What did I spend at Walmart, the Supercenter? $2,798. BJ Wholesale, that's gas, food, glasses, clothing, $1,300. So I'm tracking all this because to live well or to have a home, it takes a lot. It takes some money. And so here's my consolidated expenses. So I'll just give you the bottom line. This is I had put them in different categories. So I got utility, category 1, all utilities, home pest control, lawn mowing, lawn fertilization with lawn pest control, termite bond, which is actually next month, housekeeping, property owners association fees, phone carrier, and home internet. That's a certain figure. Food, fuel, and some clothing, and maybe a copier. That's a figure. Online expenses: one password, Amazon Prime, iCloud storage, Ring doorbell, wholesale club memberships, which I have 3 now, and I got the black membership at Costco, so that's $130. X Premium, YouTube Premium, StreamYard, and Del Boca Vista Computer Club, $10 a year. Category 4, all insurances, auto, AAA, home, umbrella policy, and Delta Defense. Category 5, all healthcare, surgery, appointments, procedures, glasses. Well, that would actually come under, I should take that out, because that'll be on the credit card to BJ's. So I should, let's not take that out. And I'll add that to, well, it'll be tracked. Category 6, all taxes, federal, which I don't have any at this time, and county. So in this 2025, you know what that comes out to? Now, this does not include iMacs, iPhones, iPad, Apple Watch, cameras, microphone, wristwatches, flashlights, folding knives, padlocks, and firearms. Doesn't include any of that stuff. Let's round it off. $30,000. Say, geez, Lex, that's a lot of money. Well, it is, but you know what? I have income. I have the, and I believe, well, I know I'm making more. Well, let's see. What did I make on Social Security payments? I can cover it with my Social Security payments. And the only reason I can do that, I don't have a home payment, right? I own my house. So I don't have a big home payment to make. What do I do with that? Let's see, that's document keeper. Finance, statement warehouse, no, not there. Social Security, here it is. Well, actually, I could look at my taxes. For 2025, I'm tracking that. And so my expenses that I read you is $30,000, but I make more than that. Hang on, I got to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, yes, I make more than that on Social Security payments, so I'm covered, and I can still, have money to screw around with. Comments? It's on the East Coast, BJ's Wholesale Club. It's all about convenience. And I can get the best gas prices for the car, and plus they have delis and the rotisserie chicken, which I don't buy anymore. I get the chicken salad. So it's I've got BJ Wholesale Club. It's an East Coast thing. It's here. They built that. There's a Sam's Club, and then there's a Costco. And the best deli, I've said this before, is at Costco. Gildan, Docs, you try spending that much time with Marcelo. You'll be running to the ER. Well, this is by choice, though. He doesn't have to do that. And he refuses to do his own stream. So he goes over to Marcelo and yelling and screaming. Again, that lifestyle. Now, he said it on air. I'm not breaking medical, what's the term? HIPAA. He said he had a blood pressure of 170 over 140. That's hospitalization right there. But they gave him, again, they haven't cured anything. Benzodiazepines don't cure anything. Neither does, and you're on blood thinners. And this baby aspirin, stop that. I took that for a long time. And then the doctor finally told me in Las Vegas, and he was a younger guy. In fact, he was an Israeli. He was really sharp, but he just stop that. You don't, unless you've got a condition, but if you're naturally, if you're already healthy, stop it. So I just stopped it entirely. That's not going to save him. You got to change your lifestyle. That's the only thing that will save him. And apparently he doesn't want to do it. Rufus said, Morty, and Mortimer, one Morty's diner, he said he wanted to pay it off while there is no interest on his dental loan. That's why his motivation, urgency. Did he ever give his penance list? Because I wanted to grab that. I don't think he ever showed his penance. He spent more time on the menu than the penance list. Yeah, for a single guy, I just wanted to know. Pavel, $30,000 a year in expenses, very frugal living. A simple lifestyle. But if I need something, I need new glasses. Those two glasses cost me $283. I just buy it. Certain things, you got to have. And it just makes it easier watching the television and inside than when I'm driving at night or early morning. I don't really like to night drive, but if I get stuck driving, I want to have some decent glasses. Time Lord California, well, it depends. Healthcare going up in January, so stay healthy. Take your vitamins and say your prayers. Quote Hogan, that is Dennis Balea. He did a lot of screwing around with his body and abusing the body, all those surgeries and everything else. But when it's your time, and the big guys usually don't last that long. They don't really have extended lifetime, really. The wrestlers, a lot of them died really young. Simple living, yeah. I don't need. I need to get some more artwork. I really don't know where to look for, but I don't like the clutter. I like simplicity, nice and open. Yeah, some people spend twice that on a single wristwatch, right? And again, I bought some firearms and flashlights and some other. They got my knives now. My folding knives back in stock. What's the market? The market, aren't we going to have end of the year? It's down again. S&P 500, 6,773. Okay. Again, I'm an investor, so I'm not selling. I'm hanging on to it. No, it's not worth it. I treasure my solitude, and no. A roommate will cut expenses in half. No, they won't. Utilities, whoever, if I get a roommate, they're going to use water. Or I don't know what the temperature they want, but the house is paid for. I'm not going to charge any, but at rent, I don't want a roommate. Unless it's a girl, but even then that, again, I'd rather have her own home. I have my home. That'd be perfect. But, and then I can have some alone time and she can have it too. So I'm doing a lot more socializing at the fitness center now. There's a couple I got my eye on, but you never know. You never know what you're getting into. A lot of head cases. Pavel, forget cutting expenses. Docs, you and Jackson at Hassel will be content gold. Gold, Jerry, gold. No. No. He's younger. He's got a lot more energy than I do. I don't know. No, I don't need a roommate. I wish him well. I was thinking about trying to help him, but I can't. How can I support a hate stream? And by definition, he's running a hate stream. He told his audience he hates him. He hates every one of you MFers. And it's like, wow, why would you do that? Because he does. And he's taking notes on everybody. And it's like, the only one he doesn't hate is Mortimer. I heard it with my own ears. Absolutely. You got to have your health, and you do have to have money. Like because then you worry about it. Especially now it's colder now. You got to make sure your heat pump is working, and if I need a new roof, I can cover it. So that's great. Rufus, yeah, I don't need much to keep happy. I do like my creature comforts. Yeah. And now the doctor released me. I can do my weight training and everything, so I'm back, baby. And that's really how in fact, one of that life coach thing I put up for Morty, she said that, what do you do to, how did she say that? What do you do to be grounded? How do you, and it's my workouts. It relaxes me and I think better. And then it hit me that the reason the doctor doesn't want to do my right eye is because he's waiting on the left eye. He doesn't want two problems at the same time. And it is unusual that lens would rotate 40 degrees, not 3 to 4 degrees, but 40. But I'm nearsighted, so my eyeball is more like a football than a soccer ball. No, it doesn't make him a narcissist. It does not make him a narcissist. Time Lord California, wow, Jax hates all, a true antisocial No. He can be social when he wants to be with people that he likes. But I just don't think that helps a channel. By saying you hate the audience. And he's doing basically what I wanted to get away from. He's reporting on all the Archieverse channels. He says he takes notes and he watches all of them. Okay, I mean, people do want to hear that. So, all right. Oh, do I have anything on X? Let's see, profile. I'll give you some NFL news. I should take you over here. Hang on, I'll take you over here. Present screen. There it is. There's the DOXXreport. There he is. Oh, that's kind of cluttery, isn't it? Well, let's go back to this. Hang on. Trying to give you a better shot. Why? There we go. Okay. I guess you can see that. Teams with the highest playoff probabilities. The NFL teams to make the playoff are the Denver Broncos, 100% clinched. Los Angeles Rams, clinched. New England Patriots, over 99%. Seahawks, over 99%. Buffalo Bills, 99. Philadelphia Eagles, unless they implode. The 49ers, 98. Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, now that's surprising. Maybe I should watch more of them. 98%. Houston Texans, 94-97. Los Angeles Chargers, 93-96. Green Bay Packers, 88-94. Chicago Bears, look at that, 78-89%. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 64-77. Look at that. Wow. Okay, let's go in the other direction. Kansas City Chiefs eliminated week 15. That's this week with a loss to the Chargers. We're Cincinnati Bengals. Dolphins are gone. Jets are gone. Cleveland are gone. Titans are gone. Las Vegas Raiders are gone. The Minnesota Vikings, even though they beat the Cowboys, how funny was that? A rookie quarterback. Dak has 10 years, and a rookie quarterback beats him. The team, it's a team sport. Eliminated week 15, the Minnesota Vikings, Giants, Falcons, Washington Commanders, Saints, and the Cardinals. What else have I got for you? Oh, you got to listen to this. I can't play it for you, but it's the Watch Network presents the holiday classic Meet the Bogans, starring Rolex Daytona Plastique and T-Dubs on the Jack Show. And there's some good stuff here on UAPs, if you're interested. I condense it down. I take out just what they were saying, because I don't... George Knapp I respect, but Corvell, he talks a lot. I mean, he repeats everything. I got a few of those up there. Oh, and here's Tanzil. He lays out the fork in the road, and the NPD quickly changes the topic back to supercars. He doesn't take advice, he gives advice. And there's the latest update on JB. But he went on to Marcelo, and he's just up to the same old tricks. You know, getting all worked up. The Buccaneers are throwing away their season, says Rufus. Well, I don't know if I said that, but Time Lord Docs, you're right. Jax reaches out to people, then rejects them. Lots of pain. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, it's how do you sustain a show when you tell your audience that you hate them? Even if you did hate them, don't say it. You know, and then and then they know they can beat push his buttons. So I had Dirk over here, and you just ignore him. That they can't stand. If I were to tell them I hate them, they would eat it up. That's what they want to hear. They want to push my buttons. So don't tell them that. Just ignore them. That's the worst thing you can do, is just ignore them. But I thought about helping him out, but it's like, but then I'm supporting the show, and it's like, that's a hate stream. He tells his audience that he hates them. You know, that's just, I don't want to be a part of that. And notice AC3 has not been streaming lately. Let's check that out. What's going on with that? Don't tell me he's looking for a job. Okay, I'm on Archie Luxury Live. I'm on the live stream. Oh, 1 day ago. Okay, 1 day ago. But 67 views is not very many for him. And I guess the morning show is no longer, right? There's Marcelo's channel. He'll be on today at 5 p.m. if you're interested. How about watching Nicholas? Oh, he's got one upcoming. I guess he decided to stream. Hate, viciousness, and cheerful holiday boycotts. Well, who's boycotting? I'm not boycotting. I'm not calling others to not watch. Pavel says about Jax, he sought friendship and comfort in Lexipoo. That mistake has shaped his view of us all. I don't know. Okay, but you can handle it differently, though. Time Lord, end the show with God loves you. You have no idea. You have no idea what you're missing there. Spirituality is all you got. And it's all you need. What else? I just thought, my dental, I don't even get a dental bill. I get x-rays once a year. I finally learned how to brush my teeth properly. I don't get cavities anymore, which is really unusual. Because it's bacteria. You got to learn how to remove the bacteria. Unless I crack a tooth or something, but I got some gold crowns. And the guy that cleans my teeth, I guess it shines right back at him. And I got both sides, they're back in the back of my mouth. God loves you, but fear the Lord. How do you make sense of that, Time Lord? If God loves you, why do you have to fear the Lord? Because Lord is the law. And again, what put JB in the hospital was his lifestyle. He owns it. And you want to not go in the hospital? Then change your ways. What do you like? You like the candy frame or the holiday line? I guess we can go with the holiday line for a little bit. There's no Kathy today. She's been working hard. Oh, speaking of Dirk, Rufus. Oh, why, you don't think he did? It had nothing to do with Watch Nicholas. I mean, come on. That Nick Reiner that allegedly killed his parents has a similar... Why? He hadn't harmed his parents. I don't know about that. That was very curious to me because that's a real personal... When you're stabbing somebody, that's like a passion thing. And then he cut both their throats. And he was 30, living at home. And once you live on the street, once you've been on the street and all this problem, you don't let him back in the house. You don't. Hey, son, I'm sorry. I'll pay half your rent. Get a job and, doing something. And then he tried to make him into doing movies, or they made a movie about his life or something. He's not ready for that. Get out there and earn a living. Do something. But you don't have him in your home. And did you hear also, maybe I should go to Grok with this, just to make sure, see what Grok's got. Before I say it, Nick, let's see, did Nick attend? Waiting on Grok. All right. Guess where he was on December 13th? Nick Reiner, son of Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer Reiner, attended Conan O'Brien's holiday party on Saturday, December 13th, 2025. That's bad. He's got to live his own life. Multiple reputable sources, including NBC News, the New York Times, TMZ, People, Rolling Stone, and the Los Angeles Times, report that Nick attended the Christmas party with his parents. Accounts describe him exhibiting unusual or disruptive behavior, appearing anxious, interrupting conversations, or acting antisocially. And Nick Reiner, antisocial behavior, and getting into a loud argument with his father. The family left early following the incident, just one day before Rob and Michelle Reiner were found dead in their home, with Nick subsequently arrested on suspicion of murder. Murder! Murder! These details, I got a clip on that. Where's my murder clip? Let's see. Sound effects. Here we go. Yeah. Murder. Murder! 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 These details are consistent across eyewitness and insider reports published on December 15th through 16th. So you get it, and that's terrible. I mean, it's just, what do? You gotta get him out of the, should have been out of the house. Well, what are you doing on? What do you think you're doing, Dirk? Dirk, anyone who seeks friendships via YouTube has a few screws. What are you doing here then? On every other channel. What are you seeking? Hey, let's see. The most abused words here are hate, love, and friends. Lex, do you know I love? Lex, do you know? All right, wait a second. Here we go. I'll give you a little credit on this one. Anyone who seeks friendships via YouTube, a few screw looses. The most abused words here are hate, love, and friends. Lex, do you know I love more than I love? Lex, do you know I love what? More than money? Can I be your roommate? Oh, you love me more than money itself? Now, you're loving with my estate. My estate.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Oh!
Ho! Oh! 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 Oh!
They look alike. Who looks alike? Who's they? They look alike. Who, the couple? I don't know who. You got to fill in the blanks, Rufus. Dirk, he's looking for seasonal roommates. I'm not looking for any roommates. I wouldn't mind a female in my life, but I don't know if I don't know if I could do a roommate thing with her. I treasure my solitude. I don't call them or email people. That's what Dirk says. For the record, Dirk says, listen, I don't call anybody on YouTube, and I don't email people. Well, there's nothing wrong with emailing or calling somebody. Is there? Oh, 4 people. So, you know, somebody started up a stream. Oh, there it is. I hope you can't hear this. Watch Nicholas if you want to go catch it. He's on right now. P-Cars is over there. I don't care if you leave. Watch Nicholas. I'm selling some watches. Check Discord and YouTube posts. Omega Seamaster, Rolex, 40 Nomus, Tag Heuer, and more. He's got 5 people, so it's tough out there. You know, when he had the beard, I agree with you. But that's all it is. I mean, he's got dark hair, and Watch Nicholas doesn't have dark hair, but they did look, yeah, Nick Reiner and Watch Nick, they look alike. A little bit. There's some resemblance. They're both young. I mean, they're both, other than that, I can't see them having anything in common. But I don't know Nick I don't know either one of them very well. Only what you see on. But see, the media is really treating this situation with kid gloves because you go on. I wanted to see photos because you can see Nick Reiner physically deteriorate. And it's just a reflection of his inner personality, and it's reflected in his physical appearance that he's got serious problems by just looking at him and deteriorating. But they won't show those photos. They showed him talking about the movie, and he cleaned up. So then everybody's given their respect to the Reiners, and I don't know if they would handle that with other people, other murders, But I don't watch mainstream media at all. Let's see. I could turn on how could I do this? I could turn on. There's no closed captioning. If I play it, I wonder if you can hear it. I shouldn't be playing it. You know what I haven't done today? Since I got back from the fitness center, I haven't pushed my water. Water break.
I don't need the money from the fucking super chats.
Why are you selling your watches?
I'm the poor. I'm the poor.
I don't give a fuck about the super chats. From the super chats, from the little $5 here, the $10 there, it doesn't fucking matter. No, I don't need that money.
Why are you selling your watches? Oh, now this is interesting. Magpie. I'm over watches. I'm just here for the community. Okay, so it's a socialization. It's socially. It's a social thing. Forget the watches. He said that on the Watch Nick show. Uh, 12 are watching the Watch Nicholas show. It started 11 minutes ago. Gee, what a coincidence. Please help support by sending money or stuff or by joining the shows. Why? You don't need the money. Send stuff to, he gives his address, gives his post office box. Support financially on GoDaddy. Why? Why would I support you? You're living in a very nice home. It's obvious your parents are taking care of you. Why do you need money? Ko-fi, Vimeo, Stream Elements, PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Nicholas does not condone, support, or encourage harassment of any kind towards the subject of my videos. My videos exist for entertainment purposes only, and the content exists purely of public figures and celebrities. Entertainment only? Then why you keep asking for money? You're doing it for money. He's blessed with some parents that can take care of him, but I guess he's got to have fun money. He likes that. Chili Batcher like that. The community. The community. I wonder how much Morty's dental bill is. Let's say he posted it up there. Would I pay it? I'd like to see what it is. You know, do a holiday gifting thing, you know, or he'd have to post it up. I have to see the bill. I would have to see it somehow. Pavel, Uncle Curly is the only one pulling a solid grift down these days. Really? Let's go look. I'll go look for you. Give me something. Give me some show material. Playboard. Now, under what? The franchise clubs. Oh. I don't think it'll show up. Oh, there it is. Interesting, interesting. Okay, you know what? I'll make a little graphic on that if you want to hang with me. Super chat. Well, he's made 0 in the last 7 days. This is November 17th to December 16th. Total revenue, I'll give you the total revenue. Well, I'll just read it to you. You know what? I'll copy and paste it in the comments. Hang on. Copy. And we'll go back. Let's see. The franchise clubs total revenue. Oh, I don't have to repeat myself. Are you ready for this? I don't think it's outrageous. The franchise clubs, total revenue, $3,556. Now, let's see. I think that's the only one he has open or monetized. Let's go to the franchise club. See if that's monetized. Go. I don't see it. I don't think it's monetized. Unless he's getting PayPal directly, then you have no way of knowing, right? So that's not even up here that I can see, the franchise club. Docs, what kind of headphone? Now, do you a headset or headphones, Rufus? What kind of headphones do you have? I'm looking for a new pair. Mine are too heavy and bulky, so looking for a good pair. Well, I have the Apple earbuds in my ear. They're wired. So when I have a Shure microphone, and it's plugged in. It has a mini RCA jack. I plug in the back. So I like it. I like the wired ones. Now I bought a great headset, a Heil, H-E-I-L headset. If somebody's doing a channel, and it's got a USB-C, so it's plug and play. But I don't know. This is a better microphone, I guess. But that Heil is bulky. Pavel, I wonder if the Playboard crawler misses these shows that get promptly hidden behind members. Oh, that could be. He spent a lot of money on equipment, really. And if, hey, listen, he's providing what that section of listeners want. So what can you do? I mean, he gets great numbers. Let me look for the sit-down, what is it, the sit-down lounge? Sit-down lounge, is it? I don't think he streamed on that one for a while. Nah, this is not even here either. Now, Playboard's going to kick me out in a minute because they only allow so many searches. So we got to go to the big kahuna. Archie Luxury. Let's just put in Archie Luxury. There he is. Super Chats. Today it was $0. I got a graphic for this. I'll make you a graphic. I need something to do anyway. As I push my water. So, let's see. Playboard. Here we go. Yesterday, well, let's put today's date here. Today's date is Tuesday, December 16. Yesterday, I don't know if I'll be able to get the Horology Dungeon because I've looked at too many already, I think. Yesterday, there it is, last 7 days. Last 30 days. Oh, this is way down for him. Lifetime Achievement Award. Where's his lifetime? There it is. Let's see, 864. Okay, now let's try the horology. Let's see. Okay, I don't know if it's going to show it to me. I'll try. We do have the figures for Archie Luxury Live. Double check the figures. Okay, looks good. Well, okay, let's see if I can bring it up. Oh, it let me. Okay. Yesterday, no. Yesterday was 0. Last 7 days. Oh, Archie actually beat the Horology Dungeon. Oh, that's interesting. 38.27. And what's the lifetime here? Total revenue. One more time. Okay, there we go. I got a graphic for you. I think it's accurate. Playboard. For my audience. Let me get it loaded. Adjust size. Okay, we got it. Let's bring it over here. Let's see, Rufus, I'm still on the bean juice, coffee. I really need to slow down the coffee intake. Well, or just, how do I say it? As long as it's just part of your life, you know, you're just not making a pot of coffee in the morning and then doing a pot of coffee every day and watching YouTube. It's like I do my exercises. I never drink it. I never drink coffee before I do it. It's part of me, you know, it's part of my breakfast. But you just have to incorporate it somehow. I mean, I enjoy it. I'm not giving it up. I don't think it has any ill effects. Okay, add file. Here it is. Are you ready for this? Playboard. Playboard. As of today, Tuesday, December 16th, the Cult of the Living Dead, led by the Beast of Brisbane, known as Archie Luxury, the live show. Yesterday, $25. The Horology Dungeon, $0. Last 7 days, AC3, Archie, $633. Horology Dungeon, that would be Bateman, right? He's the only one that does it now, right, for money. At $288. Last 30 days, the Beast of Brisbane, $2,330. Horology Dungeon with Master Bateman is $3,827. And there's your lifetime totals. Brought to you by my sponsor. Where's my sponsor? Here's my sponsor. Hold on. Boy, it was cold this morning. I had to have a jacket on. It was like the upper 40s with the wind blowing, and then even daylight it was cold. Like the 50s, low 50s. 9 people hanging in there. No comments. Do we have any comments? No comments. Let's go back to Watch Nicholas show. Let's see. We got the pickle. He's in the chat. The scat muncher. No, these are all new people. Rich Mitch is over there. Fat Windbag Ben. The shared audience. Picars. He's got 18 people watching. He doesn't need the money, but he's selling his watches. That's strange, isn't it? I don't think he has a guest on. Refresh the page. Oh, now he's highlighting T-dubs. Oh, that's a strange guy, man. He's laughing and pointing in the... He is very strange. Or maybe Uzi's taking over. Yeah, I refuse to listen to Uzi. Uzi and Narc. I'm not going to listen. No comments? Bum, bum, bum.
I don't need the money from the fucking super chats.
I'm the poor. 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 I'm the poor.
I don't give a fuck about the super chats. From the super chats, from the little $5 here, the $10 there, it doesn't fucking matter. No, I don't need that money.
So it doesn't really matter. I don't give a shit what any of you think. Not one of you fucks.
Almuamua. Almuamua. Almuamua.